What's up? What's up? It's your girl, Erica V. Hello, my favorite entrepreneurs. So excited to be here with you talking about some holiday stuff. So you got your ears ready, you got your pens and paper ready, so we can start our chit chat. I'm just going to go and stream this on over to my community on Facebook. So it is called Business Talk for Sales. So Business Talk for Sales is my community for entrepreneurs, for direct sellers, for people in sales. You know, it's a great community where you can ask questions, you can share information. It's like not about soliciting and stuff like that, like a lot of these groups are. That's why I created it. I wanted it to be. So business. Sorry, my case is broken, and so I can't. I can't turn the volume down. All right. So I'm just going to go and share this out. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. All right. So say what's up when you are here. I'd love to know who is here. All right, my friends. Are you here? Are you here? What's up? All right. So I want to talk to you about something that's very important, and that is how to have a big, gigantic turnout for your holiday open houses. Okay. So I've been having holiday open houses for like 35 years. Okay. So I think I know a little bit about this. Okay. So hold on. I'm live. I'm just telling I'm live. Okay. All right. So in case we have not met, my name is Erica and I am the queen of non-pushy sales. But this week I've traded in my crown for my little elf hat. So I always say I'm Santa's most fabulous elf. I want to help entrepreneurs with business. So again, I have over 35 years of business and sales experience. So I had a salon when I was 19. I had a jewelry business before that. I had a restaurant at 21, a Jamaican one. Yeah, man. I sold cars and trucks, and I sold weight loss. I've been in direct sales over 21 years. So I have a lot of knowledge with service and product-based industries. Okay, so I want to share with you some tips because I know people will have these open houses. They'll spend months or weeks getting ready, right? And they're packaging and they're making everything so pretty. And they emailed it out or they told their friends and family and they said they were going to come and then they get all this food ready and then they sit and they wait and they twiddle their thumbs and they scroll on social media. And then they see like the people who said they were going to come or at Target or at doing this and that. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, they told me they were going to come. They didn't come. Okay. So I don't want you to ever have to go through that. I went through that once and then I was never going to go through that again. I had to figure out a way to make it different. So I figured out a way and I'm just going to share it with you. Okay. So the first thing is it's about marketing. It's about promotion. Those are key, right? So if you're in business and you've been following me, you've already edited your social media. You've got a way to email, to text, to do your ringless voicemail and your paper mail, right? So if you haven't done those things yet, I would say that is where you need to start. If you're like, well, I don't even know what you're talking about in email. My company sends out emails. Well, you don't want to use your company email because you can't track it, meaning you don't know if it was opened. You don't know if it was bounced, meaning they put their email address as the AOL.com and they don't have it anymore and it can't get to them. You won't know those things with your company email. Plus, what if you change companies? Don't you want to have your own way to communicate? Allow your company, whoever you rep for, to send out the sales or whatever it is they do and the new product information. And you send out the personal things like to your events, the lovey-dovey stuff and your holiday stuff. Okay. So if you're like, well, how do you do that? Let me tell you, I'll give you a link right here. So go to yourbbeautybizhub.com. I can't wait until I go back to the eye doctor. Seriously. Okay. So here it is. Yourbbeautybizhub.com. Okay. Yourbbeautybizhub. Okay. So that is a system that I had built. It took like a year and a half to do, and it's got all that in there. So if you're non-techie, this is for you. So it can send out text. It can do ringless voicemails, your email. It can automate your paper mail as well. Okay. So anyway, so that's one thing. I've just given you a tool, right? So you need to start with your layering of first what you're going to do. Okay. So, and of course, social media, but that's just like an added bonus. So you want to make sure that you've emailed it out, but you've made sure that they register. Oh, your Beauty Biz Hub has all the surveys in there, the registration, the feedback, market research, all of my custom surveys are in there. So anyway, so you want to make sure that they're registering. That is the key, is they need to register to come, right? So I know we typically think of open house, well, they'll just show up whenever they can. Well, you can call it open house, but I'm telling you, I have packed open houses, and this is a really great way to do it. So for mine, I had 5 different dates. And if you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. What if nobody comes? Well, remember, we're erasing that fear because they have to register and they have to choose a time slot in which they are going to come. Okay. So I had the calendar, again, that's in your Beauty Biz Hub as well, that they can book from. So you're going to put the calendar link. So you ask them to register and then they book on the calendar link if they're going to come and what time they're going to come. And I'm going to tell you, I've been doing this for many years. And every single time there's 2 people who don't come. And those 2 people actually message me and tell me, oh my gosh, Erica, I'm so sorry. I forgot my son's baseball tournament was today and I thought I could make it. Is there any way I can still swing by another day? Do you have any times available? And this is so key because I did not want to sit there for hours. I wanted to value my time, but I also wanted to value my clients' time. And what I've learned over my 35 years is that when people make an appointment, they're more likely to come. So for my beauty business, I had people register and they got the time slot that they wanted. Okay. It spit out reminders to them for them. Oh, hey, Kathy, you're going over to Erica's open house on Sunday at 1:00. And here's the address. Okay. Now, if it's a virtual open house, you would just give them the link where they're going to see you virtually, right? So you always want to make sure that there's a buy-in on your client's part. Okay. So when they register, they get the reminders and then they show up. So you also want to make sure that there's something that's in it for them. So my clients know, and if any of them are watching, they will tell you, I have my famous cookies every year. So every year they know they could come for my famous cookies. It's actually a bakery out of Baltimore, Maryland. Otten Baines, Otten something. I can't remember, but those are my famous cookies. All right. I had those and I just had little mini water bottles. And I had Christmas music playing. And they also knew that they were going to be able to spin my spinning wheel. Now, in the beginning, I didn't have a spinning wheel. I just did drawings. Like they received tickets for however many items they bought. So like if they spent $200, they got this. So I think it was for every $20 they got a ticket. You know, I love tickets. So I put the tickets in. At the end of all the open houses, I would do a drawing when my kids would do the drawing and they'd get like half price item. They'd get $200 gift card. They had a lot of really cool things that they could get. So they knew what to expect. Then I moved it over to my spinning wheel. And I had specific things on my spinning wheel. And they knew that when they came that they could spin my wheel. And then I would have special deals for them. I'd have some packaged items and they could shop for themselves as well. So I would always have my client cards accessible because nobody could remember what color it is they got, 6 months ago. So they always knew I would take really good care of them. And even during the pandemic, I had this in my garage in the pandemic because my ex-husband did not want anyone in the house because of the germs, right? So I set me up in the garage. I had my space heater and every 20 minutes there was a different person coming. I spaced it out for safety's sake, right? And they came. Now that you can have more people at once, so I have them booking like it's every 5 minutes, okay? And that doesn't mean that they get me all to themselves for that 5 minutes. It just means that I know that somebody's going to show up. And what I found is that my clients like to come in, they like to browse, they give them a little sheet, another entry form, because they do a lot of drawings of people, a reminder of who they might need to buy for, ask them if they'd like suggestions, and then I give them a tour of everything that I have. So if I have gifts made up, I tell them what it is, right? And they'll say, I want one of those, one of these, or whatever. Okay. And then if they want time to browse by themselves, I also had a clearance aisle. I called it my aisle 5, I called it my clearance department, and they were only allowed to shop in there if they spent $35 or more. Could they have access to my clearance department? So they knew what to expect. So my whole point on this is you need your automation set up. Mine got cards in the mail. They got postcard reminders. They got postcards where they could scan a QR code with their phone and book their time slot that they wanted to come. If they couldn't come to any of them, they knew that they could book a special appointment with me, but they knew that none of the specials or anything that I was going to do were going to be available outside of those 5 time slots. The other thing I learned over the years is that people typically get paid on a Thursday or Friday. So you want to make sure that you have a Thursday or a Friday as one of your dates. I had one time I had a Thursday, a Friday, I had a Sunday, I had a Saturday, and then I think it was like a Monday or Tuesday. And then Monday or Tuesday, I believe it was just during lunchtime. So for those 5 different days, there were various hours. So like Friday would be in the evening, right? Then I had a lot of teachers that came. So I would know that, okay, well, they get off at, after 3. So I'll make my first one at 3 in case people want to come before then. Then I had, like I said, the lunchtime ones was like 11 to 1. And that was only a popular on a specific day where I lived. I believe that was a Monday. So over the years, I figured out what worked well. And I would encourage you to write down your layout, exactly what you're going to do. And at the end of your open house, go back through that paper and say, oh my gosh, okay. So write down how many people showed up to the Monday one at 11 to 2, and you write 1. And then you have 26 people come on Friday night. You clearly know what people like. So maybe you should offer a different evening one. Okay. So these are my tips for you. Use automation, send out that paper on automation, beautiful cards, right? Customized cards and postcards for your clients. Have an incentive for them to come. And not everyone has an open house and makes up gift sets. You don't have to make up gift sets. I just sold tons and tons of them, like gloves and socks and lotions and potions. Those were my top sellers. I sold a lot of teachers gifts. That's what I was known for, was making the teachers gifts, right? And then my clients would shop, of course, for themselves. So you have to know your demographic. If this is your first open house, you're going to learn. You're going to learn. So please take my advice and write down at the end of it what you did, and what worked well, what didn't work well. You're going to also see that there's a lot of people on the internet that are going to tell you, make gift sets for $50, $200, $60. I'm going to tell you, and for the past 19 years, that is not what my people were buying. My people were buying 30 and under. Those were the gifts they wanted because they were buying multiples. Okay. So you have to decide what's going to work best for you. I also offered gift cards that they could get. And the other thing I did is they always had a donation. My mom was a breast cancer survivor. I am a skin cancer survivor. So I always had, for breast cancer, for cancer survivors, I always had something where they could pick something for a friend who is going through cancer, survivor, or going through treatment, or if they wanted me to donate it and they could write a little note, I had that. I also did gifts for seniors, a place where my mom used to live, so they could donate. And what I did with that was I had a clipboard and they just signed up on there. And then I did a drawing for people who were blessing others. So there's so many great things you can do. I pretty much figured it all out. It's like a well-oiled machine. I should probably write an ebook on that. That's what I'll probably do in January or maybe sooner, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'll write an ebook. But those are my strategies and that I wanted to share with you, that you can have a big open house. And of course you can do this virtually. Yeah. I've been virtual 16 years. I'm happy to share with you any tips if you would like for that. So yourbeautybizhub.com is where you can get all of my scripts, all of the emails, my surveys, everything done for you is Your Beauty Biz Hub. And we're offering training if you want training on that, or you can have us to help you. So that is that. And then I'm also teaching how to holiday selling. And that is 5. Actually, there's a bonus there. Oh, the bonus was ending yesterday. Okay. You know what? Since I slipped and said it, if you sign up for Buy Tonight Tuesday, you can have the bonus. It's howtoholidayselling.com. And it's 6 different strategies. And tomorrow I'm teaching you how to use envelopes to gain new leads and increase your sales. It's like a wonderful strategy that I've been doing for, let me see, 21 years I've been using this strategy. So actually a little bit more. I did it in a different way before, but using envelopes. So I've taught you how to do price to value added. Today I taught about how to use sessions to increase your sales. So there's so many great little things. You could take one strategy and run with it. You could take one strategy and apply it this week, another one next week. I also taught how to get rid of inventory that's been sitting on your shelf. So many great strategies. It comes with a 70-page workbook, and I'm teaching it live for the rest of the week. And of course, you have the replays. So if you'd like it, it's only $47. And those are the strategies I used to sell $40,000 in a holiday selling season. So my profit was half of that, which was $20,000. So if that's something that you're interested in, go to howtoholidayselling.com. Or if you know someone who's a woman entrepreneur, please invite them. Be a blessing. They might have some inventory they'd love to get rid of, or maybe they're just looking for new clients, or maybe a different spin on things. Okay. So I'm so glad that you guys are able to pop on with me. Hello, my friends. I appreciate it. If you're watching me on YouTube, please subscribe. Otherwise, I hope to see you in How to Holiday Selling. Bye, guys.